Hey everyone, and welcome to my chaotic mess. If you're new here, my name is Melissa.
Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day, 'cause I found my way.
We're going to start crackling my table. If you can't tell, if you're new here also, my husband cut the table down to a normal table height. It's actually the same height as, it's the same height as the table in there, which is what I wanted because we have decided we're keeping the big table. We're just going to keep it in that room. And then when we have my whole family over, I can put the leaf in there and put this table at the end, and we have plenty of room because I'll just be honest with you, last time we all fit at that table, but we were cramped. So this will give us good spacing for everyone, and everyone will be comfortable, and there's enough chairs for everyone at that point because we have 10 people when the whole family, now we're gonna have 11 if my younger brother brings his girlfriend. So we might have to invest in another chair, but everyone will still fit just fine. So anyway, I decided I wanted to crackle this table. And so we're gonna be doing a green underneath and a white on top. The reason I wanted to do it on the table is because the crackle is what I envisioned for my big furniture, except for it'll be reversed crackle at that point because, I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense. It will be reverse colors at that point because I'm going to do the white on the bottom and the darker color on top, which isn't really recommended for crackle, but I know you can do it. So because I want just a little bit of the white to come through on the bigger furniture, I mainly want it green. But I could change my mind. Maybe I'll love the look of this so much that I'm like, let's crackle everything. Or I might hate it and decide, yeah, no, I don't want to do that to the furniture. That may think of a different thing. And obviously, honestly, I will, if I don't like the crackle, let me explain it. If I like the way it looks on the table, but I don't think it'll look good on the furniture, I'll come up with something different, and I will try whatever technique on a smaller piece of furniture before I commit to my big furniture. Even if it's a part of the set, I'll put it on like a smaller piece. I don't know if that makes any sense. So anyway, we're going to, it's been sanded. I need to wipe off the dust, and then we're going to do layer 1 or coat 1. And after tomorrow, I can't talk. And so we'll do layer 1 of the paint or base, whatever we're calling it. 1 coat, that's what it's called. 1 coat of paint. And then tomorrow I'll like assess it and decide if I need to put a second coat of the base layer on. And if all goes good, then on Wednesday we'll be doing the crackle and the top color. This is the color, base color we're going with, this green, and it's really pretty. It's so close to my KitchenAid. It's a little lighter than the KitchenAid, which is good. I don't want it to be, actually I was trying to find this exact color, but this is a spray paint color. You can't even see it. There we go. This is a spray paint that's on here, and I was trying to find one that was close to that, and I couldn't find anything that was exact, but this is pretty darn close it's just a little bit lighter. So we're gonna put this down, and then tomorrow we're gonna see if it needs a second coat. If not, Wednesday we will be doing the crackle regardless, because it's not even supposed to be here until tomorrow. And in my area, for some reason, Amazon packages get delivered at nighttime. And obviously I'm not going to start the crackle process at nighttime, because you have to wait an hour after you put the medium down before you paint the next layer on. So let's get started. All right, guys, so first I want to take a moment to apologize for the lack of videos that I have been putting out. So it's not that, okay, I have been busy trying to get my house in order for my dad's visit. And hold on. For some reason my sound bar's not working, and I need to get that working. Oh, I found it. Anyway, so oh, and I just dropped a screw. Anyway, so I don't even know where I'm at. I needed to get the house ready for my dad's visit. And why isn't it working? I'll figure it out here in a minute, because I'm going to have to listen to this back. But I did that, but I didn't have time to edit. So I'm finally sitting down to edit this video, and we're going to be going through a roller coaster here as far as this table goes. And it was quite a trip. It took a few weeks to do this, because you'll see. I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, it took a few weeks to actually complete the table and dining room area. And even the dining room's not complete, because that white table behind you, I'm planning on painting, and that will be a different video. I just have to decide if I want to spray paint it or get some chalk paint to prime it, and then use this paint you're seeing here and paint it that color. So I'm going back and forth and trying to decide still. Once I decide, I will go ahead and get that table done. And then I'm also going to do the sofa table that's in the living room. And I think I'm going to have those two the same, because theoretically in the future, if I get a nice like foyer area, I would have the sofa tables in the foyer area. That would be my dream. We had that in our old house in Haines City. We were able to have, well, not the second sofa table, but that white sofa table was there. But we would have had room for both of them if I had that other one at the time. Because it's just the first thing you see when you walk into a house, and it'd be nice to have just a nice, beautiful space and stuff like that. I'm not saying my house is not pretty. I'm just saying I like foyers, because it's a little entry before you get to the chaos of the rest of the house. And it's an area that is usually easier for me to keep that way. All right. It's definitely gonna need another coat, probably 2. So tomorrow, maybe even tonight, I might put the second layer on, coat on, whatever, and then tomorrow we'll do the third. This paint does have primer in it. Before you guys get on there and be like, you should have primed it first. It does, the paint is paint and primer in one, so that's why I didn't prime it. Hold on. The vacuum should find its way home. There, go. Okay. I don't know why it started. I must have hit it, but it freaked out and was like, I need to go home, I need to go home. Anyway, so probably tonight I will put a second coat on before I go to bed. And then tomorrow, because like right now, it looks a little pastel-y. I don't know if you guys get that. Let me see if I can find the card of what it's supposed to look like. Because this looks very pastel-y and it's not supposed to look that way. So this is what it's supposed to look like. See how dark that is? So hopefully it dries closer to this color, because this is what I wanted. And if it is not, like on the paint can, it pretty much matches. So I'm pretty confident it's gonna dry darker, but right now it looks very pastel-y, but this is the color it's supposed to be. So anyway, I'm going to wash out my brush, or maybe actually, because I'm gonna do a second coat tonight, I'm just gonna wrap my brush in a plastic bag, and I need to close the paint can, and then tonight we'll put a second coat on.
When our hearts start to break and your love isn't where we can feel it, we start to doubt that you're there. When we're falling down and we're losing our way, you can see it. We start to doubt that you're there. It's hard to believe in a God we can't see, but you're proving you're true with your love. It's you, you're all that I need. It's true that your grace is enough for me. When we're proud to stand with our heart in our hand, and we've made all our plans, but you break them. It's hard to believe in a God we can't see. You're proving you're true with your love.
I think it's gonna need a third coat. So I went ahead and wrapped up my pan that I have, because it still had a little in it. And I'm gonna let this sit for a couple hours. So probably after dinner, I'll roll out a third coat on it. It's just some spots are still showing a little too much darkness for me. And I know I'm crackling this, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but I still don't want a lot of dark coming through. I want more green coming through. So we're gonna put a third coat on this. And I probably should have filled in the gouges on the table. I just didn't think it would be an issue, but I could always just take, I don't have any paintbrushes. I guess I could take the roller and put like a dab on there to make it like a little thicker to cover that. I don't know, we'll see. But we're gonna do another coat in a couple hours. I'm gonna actually, I just finished editing a video I'm gonna sit down, relax for just a little while before I have to cook dinner. I'm still trying to, I know we're having chili dogs, so I'm trying to figure out the side if I want to make the baked beans, which would be simple, or fries, which would also be simple. I just don't know what I'm feeling. So I definitely don't want macaroni and cheese, which is also an option, but anyway. All right, let's go relax. Today is the day. We're crackling. This is what we're using for crackle. I have no idea how good it is. I don't know if it's gonna work, but that's what we're gonna use. We have to okay, so we got to put it on thick, allow to dry about 45 minutes. Yeah, so approximately 45 minutes. So we'll set a 45-minute timer, and then we'll come in and we'll put the white paint on top. It's like a whitish green. Did I show you the top color? Let me find it in my mess. It's called Addie's, and it's a white with like a green hue. I don't know if you can tell. Anyway, that's what we bought. But on the plus side, yes, I'm using a Walmart bag. It says I can roll this on, so that's what we're gonna do. And yes, I'm very, very nervous about this. So, I mean, worst comes to worst, we just paint it and it'd be just one solid color. But I'm hoping this works.
It's you, you're all that I need. It's true that your grace is enough for me. It's you, you're all that I need. It's true that your grace is enough for me. Rub mud in our eyes so we cannot see that love is alive and risen indeed, and that grace is more than enough for you and me. It's you, you're all that I need. It's true that your grace is enough for me. It's you, you're all that I need. It's true that your grace is enough for me. I try my best find you in the morning and the night. I know there's so much love, it's blinding, but still I never get it right. When I'm lost within the fire, will I find you in the flames? With you I know I'll never be alone. My God, when I'm feeling all alone. My God, will you carry me back home?
All right. I may or may not be about to do something completely stupid, but I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you, and also just ignore my appearance today. I haven't gotten ready at all. I'm wearing the same shirt. I just slept in it. I don't care. But I'm still in my pajamas technically, and I haven't gotten ready for today. I haven't showered for the day. I haven't done anything yet for the day. It's already noon. Whatever, I don't care. But I'm about to flip the camera around and kind of show you what we're working with, and then tell you about the stupidity that may or may not be happening here. All right, so as you can see, some areas crackled very nicely, and then you have this area that really didn't do anything. But then you get back over here, nice crackling in just a few spots. So what I'm gonna do is, also my husband said it just, well, for one, it looks very splotchy, and I don't like that. Like, see this? That's like, so it's so splotchy looking. So I'm gonna do, oh my God, I'm gonna end up killing myself in these shoes. More crackle. I'm gonna let it set for an hour, and then we're gonna put more white on top of it. This may or may not be a mistake. Like, I can rub this and nothing comes off. Obviously, that's the whole point of the crackle, is to make it look like it's chipped, but not really be chipped. So I'm gonna put a very thick coat of this on, and then we're gonna let it sit for about an hour, and then I'm gonna put a very thickish coat of white on top of it. We're gonna hope it doesn't look splotchy. It very well may, I don't know what I'm saying. It may look splotchy. I don't know. But that's what we're gonna do. So wish me luck on this endeavor.
If you made us to be happy, why do we always seem so sad? Will you stay here and remind us you're the only hope we have? When I'm lost within the fire, I will find you in the flames. With you I know I'll never be alone again. My God, will you carry me back home? My God, when I'm feeling all alone. Oh, it's you that I need, it's you that I need, but I'm the one you want. You're my
All right, so the last time we did this, the mistake I made was that I back rolled. And it specifically says in the instructions, had I read it, not to back roll. So this time we're just gonna put it on there and straight roll. That's it. And hope for the best. So you're about to see we don't like it. We do not like this at all. So what you're about to see is my husband's going to take it back down to just bare wood. Even barer than the wood color it was when we first started this project. Now, maybe bought paint with primer, but maybe part of it was the fact that I I did not sand like pre-sand the table. I mean, my husband roughed it up a little, but like maybe we should have taken it down to bare wood and then did it. I really don't think that's the issue though. I just think that it was me. I think it was user error. I should have um read the directions multiple times like I do when I cook something. I read the recipe multiple times because I'm dyslexic. So a lot of times I misread things. So if I read it multiple times, it usually comprehends better for me. And in that instance, I didn't do that. And if I would have read it multiple times, we wouldn't be in this scenario right now. So you're just going to be seeing a bunch of clips of my husband sanding the table. I don't think I interject or talk or anything like that during this whole process. So it'll be a lot of voiceover and a lot of music during this time. It just is going to depend on what all I have to say. I will say that my husband and I used to do things like this all the time, just DIY things, because for us, while it is nice to have brand new items, it's even funner. And I know that's not a word, it's more fun to find things off of Marketplace real cheap, which we did get this table off of Marketplace shortly after we moved in. And um, what was I saying? Oh, and you know, I we painted the legs of this table and I never got around to painting the top because I was originally just gonna paint it black, right, to match the chair legs because I just changed the cover on the chairs. And so I didn't really care about like the color of it. Now that I'm thinking about it, the way it turns out, no, I think it'll still look fine with my Christmas. Fall is the one I'm worried about. So we'll see how it looks with my fall covers, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we haven't done a project like this in a while. Mainly because my husband's just busy. You know, he works full time. And while, many of you are probably like, well, you could work too. I wish I could. I really would love to work. But with the way my health is right now, there's just no way I could hold down a full time job, probably not even a part time job. Just to be completely honest with you, there are some days that I can't really even get out of bed. Like, it's a struggle to get out of bed just to go pee in the morning. And so I usually spend some days just laying in bed most of the day. And that's just my life. And it's something that I have grown to not really accept, but grown to acknowledge, grown to tolerate. Like, for me, right at this point in my life, surgery is not an option. They told me that I would have to get under 40 BMI before they would do surgery on my hips. And really, this whole surgery is just screwing like some joint into a different joint to keep them from basically rubbing. And they told me the doctor that performs the surgery will not do it unless I'm under 40 BMI, which means I need to lose 60 pounds. And I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of hard to lose weight when you can barely move as it is. So it's going to be a slow process for me to lose 60 pounds. So uh, it's it is an option, but it's like nowhere near the future option. And while I'm suffering the most with my right hip, my left hip has recently started to hurt as well, the same exact way as the right hip is hurting. And I think it's because now I put more focus on my left to take some of the pressure off my right. And I think it's really starting to affect my left hip. But I mean, if this doctor's not going to do surgery unless I'm under 40 BMI, what happens when both my hips just completely give out? They're still not going to do surgery on me? I mean, I don't know. I don't understand. I understand, but I don't understand. I understand because obese people have a hard time under anesthesia or something like. There's more complications. But if it's something that, like, if I could, like, just let me sign a paper that says, yeah, I understand, I've had surgeries. I've been overweight since I was in my early 20s. So, I've had many surgeries being overweight. So that it was so weird that when she told me that they won't even do the surgery until I'm under 40 BMI. And then she gave me the pamphlet and she said, here's some inspiration. And I'm sitting there looking at her like, inspiration for what? Like, what do you want me to do? Go join Zumba or what? Because anything I do is going to cause more pain than it's worth. Like, anything I do, like just cleaning my house puts me in enough pain. There are days that I clean. There are days where I just do the dishes and I feel like I've cleaned the whole house. You know what I'm saying? So, what inspiration is that giving me? It's not doing nothing but making me more depressed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I have the pamphlet still, but I don't use it as inspiration. I generally just got it to read about my injuries, and also so I could tell, um, just to have the information. So, oh, anyway, I hate that I'm obviously going to a pain management doctor because I'm in pain and I have mobility issues because of the pain. And then the nurse wants to say for inspiration, like I'm going to go, a mile up the road and join Planet Fitness and start lifting weights and doing, all these. What makes them think I have the energy for that? That's the problem I have. Oh, there's a fire, on my rug, on the paper, on the plastic. Oh man. with this whole situation is I have limited mobility. I I just don't understand it. I tell them this all the time. I'm in pain all the time. That because one of the things he ever asked me was, do I plan on getting a job? And I said it would be nice to be able to get a job, but there are days I can't even get out of bed, so I'm not reliable. I'm not a reliable person, and I could never go to a job interview and not be upfront about that. I could never go into a job interview and be like, oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm so reliable. I'll be here every day. And then end up having to call off like once a week because I can't get out of bed. And I'd rather not get fired from a job because of my health. And yes, this is a no fault state. They can do that before you guys say they can't fire you for your health. Yeah, if it's a no fault state, they can fire you just for smiling the wrong way. Just so you know. Anyway, so yeah. Okay.
It's kind of bittersweet. Never thought I'd come back. It's been a while since I packed up my things and left. I recall it still in my beat up truck. I didn't look back, didn't give up. I got my first real kiss behind the coffee shop. Thought he was the one until we broke it off. I recall it still in his beat up truck. Yeah, I cried like hell. Then I told him off, or I would never come back to this town. But now I'm here once again, and things that I forgot just keep flooding by, the memories that I'm made of. Damn, my heart still beats for the place where I grew up. I worked that later shift at the local bar, but said I'll make it big. Said I quit this job. I recall it still, yeah, just like that. I walked out that door and never looked back, for I would never come back to this town. But now I'm here once again, and things that I forgot just keep flooding by, the memories that I'm made of. Damn, my heart still beats for the place where I grew up. Damn, 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 ooh, yeah. Damn, 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 ooh, yeah. Damn, 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 ooh, yeah. Damn, 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 ooh. I recall it still in my beat up truck. I didn't look back, didn't give up. Swore I would never come back to this town. But now I'm here once again, things that I forgot just keep floating by, the memories that I'm made of. Damn, my heart still beats for the place where I grew up. Damn, 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 ooh, yeah. Damn, 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 ooh, yeah. Damn, 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 ooh, yeah. My heart still beats for the place where I grew up. Damn, my heart still beats for the place where I grew up. I did a lot of bad things, and never did I give in. Just 'cause the thought of being vulnerable made me feel less than I am. till you entered my door. And from that moment I knew that a home is whatever you choose.
Okay, so I talk about this later on, but you see we're putting like kind of a green tint onto this. Well, it's because when you wet the burnt wood, we were trying to kill a lot of the red in the red oak by burning it to begin with. Um, but it still was really red. So we added this green and it really did help kill a lot of the red that was in this oak. And then I decided, like in the thicker parts here, that I actually did like the green. So you're going to see here in a little bit that we're going to have our green table. So I do like it this way. And I almost was tempted to just clear coat it and leave it like this. But we decided to go all the way in and do green. And I love it.
That's the thing about you. The best thing I did, and I want you to know, was letting you in. From that moment I knew that you were all I missed. Baby, it took just one kiss. 'Cause here in your arms I can finally let go. The rest of the world is outside when you make sure I'm all you've missed. Baby, it takes just one kiss. Many years have gone by, many tears have dried out. I know that I will be with you as long as you still want me to. All the things we've been through, everything that's been you, there isn't anything else that I wish I had done to be true. Yeah, that's the thing about you. The best thing I did, and I want you to know, was letting you in. From that moment I knew that you were all I missed. Baby, it took just one kiss. 'Cause here in your arms I can finally let go. The rest of the world is outside when you make sure I'm all you've missed. Baby, it takes just one kiss. The best thing I did, and I want you to know, was letting you in. From that moment I knew that you were all I missed. Baby, it took just one kiss. 'Cause here in your arms I can finally let go. The rest of the world is outside when you made sure I'm all you've missed. Baby, it took just one kiss. Never thought it would be so hard. I grew up without a scar, just living my life with no big worries. And I've always
always known what I want, just didn't know what came along. Finding myself a much less happy. Back in the days I used to dream about one day a life so amazing, not everyone judging me. Don't wanna care about them, though it hurts so bad. I wanna stay wide open, 'cause if I shut down, it just gives them right. I wanna stay wide open. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. I wanna stay wide open. Can't stand to hear more today. I'm gonna lock my door and stay inside or wait until I'm safe again. I have nothing more to put on. I'm defeated and withdrawn, just trying to understand where it went wrong. Always believe that nothing good in life is free, but it's overwhelming how people can hate on me. Don't wanna care about them, though it hurts so bad. I wanna stay wide open, 'cause if I shut down, it just gives them right. I wanna stay wide open. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. I wanna stay wide open. And no one can break me, and no one can bring me down. I wanna be where I'm safe and sound. Don't wanna care about them, though it hurts so bad. I wanna stay wide open. Don't wanna care about them, though it hurts so bad. I wanna stay wide open, 'cause if I shut down, it just gives them right. I wanna stay wide open. Oh, oh, oh. I wanna stay wide open.
You said let's jump on the bus and take a ride downtown. Well, I don't know about that, but can you help me first to get these boxes down? Well, I don't know about that. We have the whole day now just to ourselves, so we can clean the house or clear out some shelves. You said whichever you feel like doing first. I said, well, I don't know about that, 'cause it's my lazy day, just wanna lazy away. Ain't gonna do a thing for the rest of the day. You can try to seduce me, make me wanna play. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Let's call some friends over for a game of poker or so. Well, I don't know about that. Or should I turn on the TV or the radio? Well, I don't know about that.
All right. So this table. Now I know this is a far ways away from my original concept that I wanted, but things happened and I wasn't happy with the way the original concept was working, and I really didn't want to strip the table all the way down to sorry, I really don't want to strip the table all the way back down just to try the crackle effect again. So when my husband got it sanded down to bare wood, I loved the look of the bare wood, but when you wet it, it was really red. And so we did the burn effect, because usually it can go one or two ways when you do the burn effect. It can either enhance the redness of the wood or decrease it. In this instance, it actually enhanced it. And so when we were originally just going to burn it and clear coat it, was the original plan. So I just need to preface that. But once we got it burned and I seen there was still a lot of red in it, if you don't know, I do not like red furniture, like at all. I don't like orange furniture. So you probably do know I hate our cabinets and stuff. They have a lot of orange in them. But the furniture we found matches it perfectly. So I haven't painted our normal furniture yet because it matches the kitchen cabinets so well. But anyway, back to the table. I didn't like the way it was looking. I didn't like how red it was. And so we did just a little, what is it, like a base coat kind of, with a little bit of green in it. And when it dried, you couldn't see the green, and it did take out almost all of the red in the wood, and I liked that part of it, but I was really excited about the green. And as you can see, it's now green, but for some reason, like on the edges, you can barely see green, but in the middle, you can definitely see green. So the color did not spread, like, I don't understand it. The only thing I can think of is the edges continue to soak in more of the acrylic, because the first coat that we did, the one where we just kind of brushed it on, soaked completely in that you could touch the table and it did not feel like there was anything on it because the table completely absorbed it. Now, we probably should have put like some sort of clear coat on top of the bare wood first and then epoxied, but we didn't do that. Also, there's spots, like this spot here, you can tell maybe part of the pigment didn't get stirred in all the way, even though my husband followed the directions and we stirred it for the amount of time it stated to. There's also a bunch of stitch hairs in this table, so that's fine. But what I really like, and I know a lot of people that have acrylic tables do not like this, but I like all the little bitty bubbles and wavy look that it put into the wood. It's unique. Now, one thing I think maybe I should not have, that my husband talked me into putting super glue in the divots, and we should have just went and got some 5-minute epoxy. But we used super glue, and it's supposed to be clear super glue, like clear drying, and it dried white, and we haven't been able to get that like buffed out, the whiteness buffed out. And if we try to sand it anymore, it's gonna basically start stripping off the epoxy. So next time we will not be using super glue. I say next time because you never know, in a couple years I might be like, yeah, let's sand this down and do something different with it. We're always changing our minds and we're always wanting to try new things. And we like to DIY things if we can, because one, it can save you money, and two, it's just fun. In the long run, did this save me money? Absolutely not. I bought paint. I bought 2 cans of paint because I bought different colors and the crackle medium, and that was probably about $80 of merchandise on top. Well, that includes the paint brushes, the paint pans, and everything I bought. So no, I was actually out that money, but I'm not going to use the crackle medium for my next project. But there's 2 tables I am going to paint. One I'm going to spray paint, and one, or actually I might not, I haven't decided yet. One I'm thinking about spray painting, but the other one I am going to go get chalk paint as a primer. That way I don't have to sand it. And then I'm going to paint it with the white green color. It looks white, but it's got a green hue. Or I might paint it the green. I have not completely decided yet, which is why I haven't done it. But that's on the list of things to do, is start painting the smaller of my furniture. The table behind us, the white table, definitely needs to be repainted, but it also needs to kind of be tightened up in spots. I found some handles that I like on Amazon that I'm gonna buy, and it's enough to do the pantry, yeah, and then we can change out the handles on this if we want. But I don't think we're going to change this until we redo this piece. Because we are going to be redoing that piece. I don't even know if you can see it, my china hutch. We are going to be redoing it in the future. It's just not at the top of the list. But I basically want to take all the bamboo look off, which is the very top piece. And then my husband said he can sand this. You can't see it, but he can sand the one part down that we can't really take off. But I don't really like the bamboo look. I want to make it look more farmhouse, because that's my look. I know this table probably doesn't look too farmhouse to you with the green on it, but I like it, and as long as I'm happy, we should all be happy, right? I'm just kidding. But yeah, just know that design is a personal choice. So like, you may not like the way I decorate my house, and I might not like the way you decorate your house. But here's the thing, I go to people's houses, not all the time. I used to go to my friends' houses and stuff like that, and I could appreciate the way they chose to decorate their house. There's a couple of my friends that didn't really decorate. Their house was just messy. And there's other friends of mine who I helped them decorate their house, but to their style, because I'm farmhouse, but that doesn't mean my friend has to be farmhouse. Does that make sense? So like, when they ask me to help them, I think about things they like, and we go with that. So like, my friend Crystal, her house is music, like music notes and stuff like that on her walls. So yeah, it's just different. I think a lot of my style is stuff that my mom also liked, but I liked it like a long time. I didn't just start liking it when my mom passed away. I liked it even before that. Me and her had very similar styles as far as house goes, except for her apple phase. I didn't like the apple phase. I was glad when she got out of the apple phase, And she wasn't as farmhouse as me. She was kind of low-key farmhouse. I don't know. She was into birdhouses for a while, which is, if you've seen the bird, you can't see it right now, but there's a birdhouse back on this white table. That was my mom's. Each one of us kids and the grandkids each picked out a birdhouse from her collection to keep. I don't think my dad kept any. I don't think he wanted one, but that was something, because we bought her those, and to just get rid of them, like, I didn't want all of them. I had the one that I really wanted, and I got that one, and everyone else picked out one that they wanted, and then we donated the rest, because I'm not into birdhouses. So I didn't see the point in keeping the ones even people didn't want. You know what I'm saying? So I picked and choose, believe it or not, even though my husband will tell you I kept everything, but I really didn't. I did get rid of a lot of things. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. This video is about this table and the fact that I did not stick to my original plan, and I think it looks better. I think it came out better. It's a little more military-esque now with the army green chair covers. These chair covers are actually for the table in there. My husband's redoing the chairs for this table, so once those chairs are done, I have cream colored covers for those. And they're really, I should show it to you, but I won't. It's fine. But yeah, they're not as cream colored as I thought. They're more, actually, I'll show it to you. Alright, so here they are. And they're supposed to be, does it say what color? I thought I picked cream, but it looks kind of peach. In person, it looks peachy. It has like an orange, yellowish tint to it, not like a creamy color. So I kept them because by the time I opened them and actually looked at them, it was already way past 30 days. So we're gonna keep them. If anything, I can go get some dye and a 5-gallon bucket and just color them myself. They were very affordable. They were less than $10 for 4. I try not to buy very expensive chair covers because I change them out for almost every season. And these ones, I don't really like this part because it leaves indentions on your skin. So when I was looking for chair covers for the ones my husband are fixing, I found these are smooth material. And so I got these. So anyway, yeah, but does that show better when I take it out of the package how peachy it is? You're gonna have to let me know what it looks like to you guys, but in person, it's very peachy and definitely not cream. So it still doesn't look too bad with the table though. So I think we'll be fine with them. I'll put them on for like when the chairs are done. I'll put them on until I decide to buy something different, I guess, or if it's something I just don't think I like, I can go and look for some fabric dye and color them, because I don't want to waste them. I don't want to just donate them because, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can change a light color a lot easier than we could change a dark color. So we're going, if I don't like them, we'll dye them. Anyway, so that's it for this table. That's the update, oh my god. You will have an updated version of this video when the chairs are finally done. Those are not top priority right now. We have other things we want to get done first, but they are on the to-do list. So just keep that in mind. I will do an updated table tour when those are done. So, but this is the table for now. Yes, I keep 2 salt and pepper shakers on my table, mainly because those were on the bigger table, and when we're not using the bigger table right now, so because I kept one on each end, so we'll go with it because I really have nowhere else to put it. So and then of course I got my chicken napkin holder, and this I originally had just setting on the table, and then I realized, well, once I put the napkins in the napkin holder, they don't stay standing up. So I added this heart thing, not only to raise this up so you could still see the cow, but to hold my napkins up. I will be honest with you, I only put napkins out when my dad is here because he likes to use napkins. I mean, he would use paper towels as well, but I don't honestly know if we have paper towels. I need to look. I've been trying not to use as many paper towels, so, but, so I got everything set up for Memorial Day, 4th of July. Basically, my summer decorations are all like American type things. So, because it's just easier, because you have Memorial Day, which is American flags and stuff like that. You have 4th of July, which is American flags and stuff like that. And for some reason, Labor Day is also American flags and stuff like that. I don't get that part. I honestly don't, because Labor Day has nothing to do with like the military or American culture or anything like that. But for some reason, we use it as an excuse to barbecue and have a 3-day weekend. So, you know, whatever. I mean, I do not barbecue on Memorial Day. I don't feel like it's a party holiday, and people turn it into a party holiday. I think it's a day of remembrance. And people that throw these elaborate barbecues and stuff like that, I know we're going off on a rant now, but people that have these barbecues on Memorial Day, you know that 90% of them are not sitting there having a party in someone's honor. They're just having an excuse to get drunk on a weekend, or on a weekday, sorry. Anyway, now that I've done ranted for a while, we're gonna go ahead and end this video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like to give it a thumbs up, comment down below. Do you think the green is a little too much? And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Bye.
I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way.